Hey, what's up? How you doing, mommy?
Did you win?
I don't know. We don't know.
We don't know
Probably
yet.
not, since we haven't heard anything. But it's okay.
I would like to bring a very special guest to the stage.
That was a, you know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual. People know what I'm not, because God don't.
Say what now? Not Mary J. Blige and JLo snitching on Diddy to the feds so they could save themselves. Child, Diddy is a long way forever getting released from jail because Mary J. Blige and JLo just got exposed for reportedly telling the feds what they know about Diddy's criminal enterprise, just so they can save themselves from doing any jail time. Mary already snitched on Diddy not too long ago for his involvement in Aaliyah's death when she made some wild claims about it being a ritualistic sacrifice. Now when it comes to JLo, she's also in a whole lot of trouble because she recently got exposed for joining forces with Diddy to lie to the police about that infamous 1999 that left a in an innocent woman's face and also resulted in Shyne getting thrown in jail at just 19 for a crime he ain't even commit. JLo is gonna be charged with perjury, and the only way she can save herself is to cut a deal with the police to snitch on Diddy. Word on the street is she done already started singing like a bird, better than she's ever done in any of them songs. Now for those of y'all who didn't know, Mary J. Blige has been associated with Diddy long before JLo came into the picture. In fact, Mary was one of the people who had mentored by Diddy in his infamous Flavor Camp, and according to Mary, he's the one who pushed her to go all in with her music career and level up. However, their history ain't as clean as Mary wants us to believe, because according to Jaguar Wright, she was out here girls to Diddy for his freak-off parties too, and getting diddled herself. Jaguar claims that Mary was very much aware of the things that Diddy was doing to them girls, and that she was actually one of the people that Diddy used to force Cassie into freak-offs against her will. Jaguar even went as far as describing Mary as the original Young Miami.
Wait a minute, so Mary J. Blige got too?
She been around the longest. She been around the longest. She the bottom. She the original Young Miami. That's why he always got her. Yeah, the girl Kathy and the.
And how she got to know too? She knew all
just
this.
The three of them. Diddy and Mary and Cass. And Mary grabbing Cassie by the wrist. As a grown woman, ain't no child.
Oui.
You dragging her around for?
Mary
said, standing over Carisha like, all right, now get ready for this Tootsie.
Did she think it was Mary as a little lamb? You just dragging people around like that? Is that right?
Her and Diddy out. And Mary always grabbing on Cassie arm. Like she knew Cassie was finna run. Maybe she was. Maybe Mary J. Blige is just a spirit.
But you know. But you knew.
She knows Diddy just about as well as anybody.
Who was the father of that baby that Mary?
Oh, you talking about Diddy, baby?
I was just finna say it. Go on, tell it, girl, because they wrote it, told me too. Yeah. She said it. That's what they said.
She the original Diddy doo-wop-bop.
Boo-bop-wop-wop-a-doo-bop-wop.
Did he make her get that?
I'm sure he did. You know, he tried to kick it out. He got cheaper. As he got rich, he tried to kick one out, the little Asian girl. The Jenny old girl, the Gina. He said, the money, I'm just going to kick this out. And we know he can kick.
But Mary's affiliations didn't just end with her allegedly helping Diddy these girls out, because she also witnessed Diddy plan the death of Aliyah, and she confidently sat in front of a camera to admit it herself. According to Mary, Aliyah's death was not just a regular plane crash. It was a spiritual that was orchestrated to end Aliyah's life way sooner, to use her soul to boost the careers of the people that ended her life.
My crew, we put, the stylist we gave everybody ribbons and I don't even know what to say. I just know that was a, that was a spiritual. People know what I'm not, because God don't kill people. Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof. You know what I'm saying? For what I learned, and she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I believe it wasn't her time to go because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that. And just simple obedience, like, you know, your gut always warns you. That's that your gut never lies to you. And something like luggage and clothes and jewelry and all this madness that we worship is called false idols. We need to really look at the bigger picture right now and look at how honey could be here right now. So let's
Once this interview started resurfacing again, Jaguar came right back and slammed Mary for hiding some of the details about what really happened. She claimed it wasn't just Diddy who was behind Aaliyah's death and that Jay was also in on it. She claims that Jay-Z was the one who told Hype Williams to put Aliyah on that plane and that he did it because he was upset about Aliyah choosing Dame Dash over him, and that he also wanted Aliyah out of the way so that Beyonce could thrive as a solo artist.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now, I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment.
Chill. One thing about Jaguar, right? She ain't never liked Mary J. Blige because of her strong ties to Diddy. And it looks like we finally know why. Now, when it comes to JLo, she's even more involved in all this than Mary, because not only did she allegedly watch Diddy do all these depraved things, but she helped him get away with it and even committed perjury to save him from going to jail. Now, some of y'all might not know this, but Diddy and JLo used to date back in the day before eventually breaking up. At the time, people thought she broke up with him because he mistreated her like he does all the women he'd been working with. But it turns out the reason behind the breakup was much more sinister, and it had to do with that 1999 club. A lot of people had actually forgotten all about JLo, but it came up again when Diddy got sued for SA by the music producer Lil Rod. In this lawsuit, he incriminated Diddy for having a RICO enterprise that's existed for at least 20 years, dating back to the nightclub in NYC when Diddy made JLo allegedly transport his firearm into New York. It all went down in '99 when Diddy and JLo were at a club in New York to celebrate Shyne's soon-to-be-released studio album. Now, Shyne, who was just 19 at the time, was one of too many exploited artists who was signed to Diddy's Bad Boy Records. The party quickly went from a celebration to people running for their lives after Diddy got caught into a verbal altercation with another man who went by the street name Scar. Apparently, Diddy had spilled a glass of his drink all over Scar, and instead of apologizing like anybody else would, he got to going back and forth with him, and this pissed Scar all the way off. Diddy even had the gall to throw money in Scar's face. The conflict escalated and rounds went off, one allegedly coming from Puffy's. 3 of the club's patrons were injured, 1 woman was hit in the face. JLo and Diddy sped away in a '99 Lincoln Navigator, but ran a red light and was pulled over by police. They were in possession of a stolen you-know-what, which was found in the trunk. They were arrested and spent the next 14 hours in a cell, where JLo was reportedly crying unintelligibly and sobbing uncontrollably. Now, the charges were eventually dropped for both of them, and Shyne, the guy who was supposed to be celebrating his new album that night, ended up taking the fall for Diddy. He was thrown in jail for 9 years, and according to several reports, Diddy paid him $1 million to take the fall for him, with the promise of taking care of his family while he was in jail. At first, we thought Diddy sent that there by himself, but from what Lil Rod is now stating in this lawsuit, JLo was the one who brought the for Diddy to use that day. And do y'all remember the woman who he popped in the face? Well, she was later identified to be Natanya Rubin, and she actually got on TikTok not too long after the allegations came out and confirmed that Diddy was the one who shot her in the face.
I am the woman who he shot in the face. in that 1999, December 27th, 1999, Club New York. I have told everyone ad nauseum since then, even the surgeon who did the surgery, to take the, I got in my face with a 9mm hollow point. Call the cop. I literally have told everyone and never changed what I said. I watched him. I got pow-powed in the face. I watched him fire. I've said it all this time.
Shyne has since been released from jail, but he was deported immediately after his jail sentence and sent back to his home country, Belize. In fact, when this lawsuit came out, he revealed in an interview that he was the fall guy. He said he didn't snitch on Diddy, and he definitely don't plan on doing so now, but he was not guilty of what he was accused of.
It opens wounds. When you hear, the victim saying that it was Diddy that her. That is what is the most remarkable. Oh, you don't see that? Okay. And that was triggered by a lawsuit from a producer that produced on the Love album, who is making accusations, and in those accusations he says that the gentleman confessed to, and that is what stands out to me the most, because I've done my best to put it behind me and to move forward, and so but it certainly reopens the wounds that I've been saying this all along. Everyone knew all along that I was the fall guy, but my political enemies and other witnesses.
Is he accurate, sir?
I'm not going to get into that, but it does open wounds, and certainly I am relieved that people are saying what the truth is, that I did not those people. I maintain that I never nobody, that there were other there. I always said that. That has not changed, and that is the testimony that came out. Fragments were never removed, so there was never any forensic testing to say who it was. But the victims are vindicating me. Witnesses are vindicating me. But I have moved on. I'm not trying to relive that, and so I am appreciative of whatever contributions Diddy has made to help the people.
So as y'all can see, Shyne did not really get into it too much, but he recently spoke about it again after Diddy was finally put in prison. And this time, he was way more direct with his response. He said that he never signed up to be the fall guy, and that he was actually trying to help Diddy get out of the situation by testifying on his behalf. But Diddy went behind his back and paid not just one, but multiple witnesses to testify against him, so that he would end up getting the punishment for it. According to Shyne, he didn't want to fight Diddy on this because Diddy was working on giving scholarships to people in Belize. So he didn't want to do anything that would make Diddy pull back on that.
When I was a 18-year-old kid, just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave, I moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, I
and that
spent a birthday with him once.
I
saw a birthday cake.
I went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, you know, he and I were boom ballet. This is someone that destroyed my life, but do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is going through? Absolutely not. I am different than maybe other people. No one needs to fail for me to succeed. No one needs to suffer for me.
When all this was going down, JLo could have easily saved Shyne by telling the truth, but she allowed Diddy to lie on that poor boy, trying to save herself. Now, it's unclear when exactly the feds got in contact with Mary and JLo, but word on the street is they called them in after finding some incriminating evidence on them, but they decided to cut a deal by snitching on Diddy so they wouldn't get thrown in jail. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, once Mary started working with 50, I knew something was up with her and Diddy. What's crazy is that the show she's on is ending after this last episode. I feel like once Lenny sent Aliyah that plane, I think she was putting together that something was up with her plane, and that's why they slipped or something. Another person said, Jennifer Lopez needs to be arrested and held accountable. The attempted murder literally would not be possible without JLo participating. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about JLo and Mary J getting exposed for their involvement in Diddy's crimes? And do y'all think JLo and Mary J. Blige are gonna be going to jail along with Diddy? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.